Hey yo, what's good though? Soul here and welcome back to my story mode. So as you can probably tell from the title, we have yet another very crucial topic today regarding Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. And also, there was actually quite a few of you that wanted me to talk about this, so here we are today, cause why not? So I think for very valid reason, a lot of us are very worried about the rival situation in Generation 9. I say very valid reason because honestly, we've had a rival problem in the Pokemon series for a very long time. In the previous video, we talked about the evil team situation, but quite honestly, I think that the rival is even more of an issue. Just like the enemy teams, rivals have always been a very crucial part of the Pokemon series. The rival usually always gets wrapped up in the main story somehow, but a good chunk of the time, they don't really have very much development or do anything all that important or crucial, so they're just serving as somewhat of a checkpoint. Which I guess in theory is fine, but after having such a strong start in Generation 1 with Blue, we have kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit here. Now I'm not saying that every single rival after Blue has been bad, that's not the case here, but we have been very inconsistent on what the rival is supposed to serve as in these stories for us. As a longtime Pokemon player, I'm sure that there's a lot of you that can agree when I say I feel that the rival character is just as, if not even more important than the enemy team. What always makes the rivals so interesting is that they usually end up having the same goal as you, but at the same time, they're receiving the exact same information as you on their journey. Besides our own characters, these are the characters that we end up following the story of the most. They have their own different values and experiences than you, and when you beat them in a battle, you think, okay, how are they gonna come at me next time? What are they gonna do to get stronger? You get interested, you get invested. And this is kind of where my worry stems from, because I don't really feel like we've had a solid rival in quite some time now. So, with that in mind, why don't we talk about some of my hopes and wishes for the rival character of Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Now, my first wish is actually insanely obvious. I want some real development. 9 times out of 10 in these games, the rival ends up staying almost exactly the same as they started out, either an asshole or really annoying. Which, to start out, is totally fine. I love Blue and Silver. Hell, Barry was annoying, but he grew on me a lot over the years. And even though he's pretty neutral about things, I also like How too. He's pretty funny, but there's not really much of a drive there. He's just fun, I guess. I want to see these characters grow. I want them to eventually come to care about whatever they're doing. I want them to be truly passionate about something, even if it's off screen. I just want a realistic, relatable character with actual struggles and worries. See, the thing is though, you guys actually almost managed to do something really crazy with Hop. Being the little brother of the undefeated champion of Galar is a phenomenal start. As the player, almost instantly you're thinking, oh man, this kid has a lot to live up to, and on top of that, he has me as a rival. What is he gonna do? That is actually a really solid setup. Throughout the game sometimes you can even see him actually truly struggling with battling against us as the player and always losing, probably wondering, how in the world am I gonna become champion? And then there was that whole situation where he lost to Bede and he actually ran off, probably in tears? Bro, yo, you had something! He lost to us in the finals, you could see that he was really frustrated, and we could truly see him becoming something. And then you dropped the ball when he randomly decided, I'm gonna become a Pokemon researcher. What? Why? What? See, here's the crazy thing about that. I don't hate that. That's totally fine. However, you need to build up to stuff like that. We need to see him show an actual interest in the actual Pokemon as opposed to just battling with them. You can't just drop it in last second. That doesn't really make any sense. Hell, it would have been totally fixed if after the championships he just went back to hang out with Sonia or something and he actually started to learn more about Pokemon and researching actually gave him a little bit of excitement. If we just had something there to show that he cared about that kind of thing, then it wouldn't have felt so out of place. Getting back on topic here, my point is, you can't just do stuff like this. You can do what you want with the character, but make sure that it actually makes sense as to what they're doing. Don't just drop in a goal last second, it feels like they gave up way too fast. Hell, even in Sun and Moon, at least Hao kept challenging you for the championship, he didn't just give up. Anyway, you get it by now. If they don't want to be a champion anymore at some point during the story, I want to see a development for that situation. It's literally that simple. Also, it would probably be really interesting for this new character if you gave them a reason to become champion other than just becoming champion for the sake of becoming champion. It worked with Blue, it was kind of weird with Silver, everybody else, by that point it was pretty much just dead and done. Maybe we can have some more realistic situations. Maybe they want to become champion to get money for their family. Maybe they want to prove somebody wrong that told them all that time ago that they're weak and that they can't do anything about it. Maybe they want to become champion for a darker reason. Maybe they want to get revenge on somebody, and the best way to do that is to gain the power necessary to get back at them. Becoming champion means that you definitely have the power to take them on and the resources necessary to locate them. Just saying, if they have an actual goal, they're a lot more driven, and if they're actually driven, they're definitely a more interesting character, so keep that in mind going forward. Now we're actually going to move on to my next thing, but my next thing was kind of weird. I wrote down that I really want involvement, but really, they haven't been too bad about that lately. I guess in this sense, all I'm really trying to say is, keep up that involvement. Hop was around a lot of the time, right up to the very end, and you know what? I definitely appreciate that at the very least. So, long story short, I guess just keep it up. My next thing here is, if we're gonna have more than one rival, we should probably keep the max around 3 or so. I really don't think that we should ever have another situation like 6th Gen ever again. The idea of an entire friend group rivalry situation was cute in theory, but genuinely horrid in execution. Those characters weren't even really doing their own thing. I didn't even care about what they were doing because half of the time they were just tailing me. It was annoying. But here's the thing, it was annoying because there were so many of them. And so many of them doing nothing is kind of irritating. It's weird how many times we've praised 8th Gen this week, but I'm gonna say this anyway. At the very least, they had a lot of potential with Marnie, Bede, and Hop. Those characters were all very different and had their own things going on. Again, almost none of which was actually executed properly, but they had strong beginnings. Also, would it be too much to ask for these characters to be involved with each other as well, not just the main character? After all, if we're all going to be part of the same competition, I think that they should probably start acting like it. I want to see them challenging one another more often and building their own unique relationships with each other. It could be part of their own heated rivalry, or maybe it could turn into an act of friendship where they give each other tips and things like that. Referring again to that whole situation where Bede beat Hop in a battle and Hop just kind of ran off, that was awesome. I kind of want more like that. Imagine during our journey we come across a cutscene where two of our rival classmates are battling one another and one absolutely stomps the other, and then we get a whole discussion about why they lost so badly, and we see that character develop more and more because of that loss. Maybe we come across another cutscene later down the line where they battle each other in tournament, and that character learns from that last battle and they win this time. That would be awesome. After that battle with Bede, I'm pretty sure Bede and Hop never interact almost ever again. And for a third rival, Marnie is barely acknowledged as a rival at all, and that's super concerning. Hence why I say 3 characters is already pushing it, but I can live with that if you guys can actually do them justice this time. If we're really doing this whole school situation, I'm worried about what's gonna happen if we get an entire class of rivals, because if that happens, that means we don't get an actual genuine rival, and that would kind of suck. I guess I wouldn't mind too much being at competition with an entire class or anything like that, but I would prefer it if we had 1, 2, and maybe 3 distinct rivals. Any more than that, I know that it's gonna get mishandled completely and it's just gonna be a mess, so let's not have that happen. That just about does it for all of my primary wishes though. My last wish here is kind of unorthodox, which is why I didn't put it in with the main ones, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I think that it would be really cool if our rival started off as a part of the enemy team. That way, not only do they have a really interesting past to already learn about, but their situation isn't the same as yours. They maybe don't even need to become champion. They just want to beat you. I think that would be relatively refreshing, don't you think? But like I said, that's definitely one of my weirder wishes, which is why I don't expect anything like that whatsoever. But it's fun to think about. So anyway, that just about does it for my thoughts on the rival situation in Generation 9 of Pokemon. At the end of the day, just like you guys, I want a decent rival. I don't care how it's done, but these are the preferred methods that I would like to see in a rival. Now here's what I'm gonna do, because somebody got mad at me for tossing the mic really violently, so here's what check this out, ready? I'm gonna do instant transmission, right? I'm holding it. Oh my god, it just popped out of my hand. Where'd it go? Oh, it's in your hand now. It just popped in there. Nice and soft, nice and gentle. Now, I want you to take that mic and go ahead and tell me, what are your thoughts on the rival situation in Pokemon? Do you think that we're going to have a good rival? Do you not think that we're going to have a good rival? Do you think that we should kind of mimic something that we've done in the past, or we should stray completely away from any of the previous methods? Tell me everything you guys think in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I'm always down there with you guys, without a doubt. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle on out of here. I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. But with that, I'm outro. Thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!